This time in our history reflects the pain and struggles of slavery, overcome by the fight for freedom, resulting in the Emancipation Declaration of August 1, 1838. This moment also takes us back to 1962, when the country transitioned to an independent nation, taking responsibility for its own affairs. And as we made the change, we took on a new identity, symbolized in our own flag and coat of arms. Today we look at the history of these two national symbols and another, the lignum vitae. Welcome to Jamaica Magazine. I am Adrian Atkinson.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, August 3, 2023. Government has broken ground on its fifth indigent house in Manchester within the last 3 years, and the second on which construction has started in less than a month. Minister of Local Government and Community Development Desmond McKenzie officially broke ground on the latest unit yesterday. Construction has already started on the two-bedroom house, which is expected to be completed in a few weeks' time. It will be delivered to the beneficiary fully furnished. Minister McKenzie says this is part of the government's push to deliver 70,000 housing solutions to Jamaicans.
We might not be strong in terms of numbers, but we are contributing to the target set by Prime Minister Andrew Holness to meet the 70,000 housing solutions across the country. This is just the start. The Poor Relief Department of the Municipal Corporation, again, will ensure that the supervision of the unit is done.
Applicants for the Indigent Housing Program are screened through the Poor Relief Departments, where investigation and verification procedures are carried out to establish need. They also must demonstrate ownership of the property on which the house is to be built or provide documentation that they are lawfully entitled to tenure on the property. Summer 2024 has been earmarked for the resumption of non-stop flights to Jamaica by LATAM Airlines, the largest airline corporation in Latin America. The move follows discussions held in Chile yesterday between Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett and top executives from LATAM Airlines. In 2019, the airline operated 3 weekly flights to Montego Bay with convenient connections from cities in Peru, Chile, Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay, and Bolivia. The route was operated by Airbus A320 aircraft with capacity for 174 passengers, offering a total of 52,600 seats. COVID-19 halted work to leverage this airlift, and Minister Bartlett says the resumption bodes well for Jamaica's push to increase arrivals from the lucrative and important Latin American region. Director of Tourism Donovan White adds that the timing is perfect, as it would coincide with the Pan American Games that will see huge marketing opportunities. As a precursor, LATAM Airlines has committed to exploring alternative options with other partners to begin connecting flights as early as November this year. The suggested route would be from Chile to Atlanta to Montego Bay. Minister Bartlett is in Latin America with a team of senior tourism representatives as part of a high-level strategic re-engagement of the region. The ministry is targeting 250,000 visitors from Latin America over the next 5 years. Minister of Sport Olivia Grange is seeking to dispel what she describes as misinformation surrounding government's funding support for the Reggae Girls.
The government of Jamaica, through the Sports Foundation, Sports Development Foundation, we provide a monthly subvention of $3 million to the GFF, a total of $36 million. $36 million for the year.
She says this year the government allocated an additional $20 million specifically for the Reggae Girls World Cup campaign. $10 million of that funding is to be paid directly to members of the squad under the ministry's Athlete Assistance Program.
We have now received all their banking information, and over the next 2 days, we will be disbursing those funds to their account. It will be in the amount of $2,500 US to each.
In addition, the sport minister says the Reggae Girls are covered under the Jamaica Athlete Insurance Plan. This covers all health-related services, including injuries, overseas emergency services, and maternity care. 80 survivors of domestic violence have been empowered to cut their dependence on abusive partners through a $17.1 million program that has equipped them with business skills and microgrants to grow their new or improved small business ventures. The intervention falls under the Rural Women's Economic Empowerment Project, with funding from the United Nations European Union-funded Spotlight Initiative. It was implemented in Clarendon and St. Thomas by the respective municipal corporations. Other key partners are the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development and the Clarendon Parish Development Committee Benevolent Society. The 18 new and previously established business persons include 20 women who graduated in Clarendon this year under Phase 2 of the Empowerment Program. The remaining 60 trained on the Phase 1 of the program in 2022 and include 40 from Clarendon and 20 from St. Thomas. Additional cohorts of survivors from other parishes are to be trained in the coming months to ensure more women in crisis can secure their financial security. The 5-month intensive training program included sessions on business planning and development, identifying and dealing with abuse, conflict resolution, self-esteem, vision boarding, along with beauty and soap-making skills. The Universal Service Fund USF is providing free Wi-Fi connectivity to persons attending the various Independence celebratory activities. Marketing and Public Relations Manager Orain Wallace says connection points have been established at the Independence Village at the National Arena. Access to Wi-Fi connectivity will also be granted during the Grand Gala at the National Stadium on August 6. Throughout the celebrations, attendees can take advantage of the free Wi-Fi service to share their experiences, capture cherished moments, and interact with fellow Jamaicans on social media platforms. To access the service, participants must select the designated Wi-Fi network and click Accept once prompted. Mr. Wallace says the USF's mission is to bridge the digital divide and empower all citizens with the means to stay connected, informed, and engaged, especially in this period when the country unites to honor its rich history and heritage. Connectivity was also provided at the Emancifest Festival in Sligoville, St. Catherine, and the Emancipation Jubilee at Seville Heritage Park in St. Anne, held from July 31 to August 1. And finally, Jamaicans are being encouraged to take the necessary precautions against COVID-19 as they participate in festivities to mark independence. The Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, recently announced an uptick in the number of confirmed COVID cases and urged persons, especially the most vulnerable, to employ infection prevention and control mechanisms. Executive Director of the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, JCDC, Lenford Salmon, says personal responsibility will play a major role in controlling the spread of the virus during the celebratory events.
We're asking people to exercise due care in how they conduct themselves in coming to the stadium. Walk with your sanitizers. Keep sanitizing your hands. If you don't want to have to go into a very close space with people who are not in your own little bubble. Bubble, people forget the word bubble now because we think we are out of it. But the bubble still exists. If you come with family members and things, stick to that bubble and just take all the precautions you can.
JCDC's executive director was addressing a recent JIS think tank. He adds that individuals who are sick should stay at home, while those attending the events are advised to wear a mask and practice proper hand and respiratory hygiene. A range of activities are being held island-wide to mark Jamaica's 61st year of independence under the theme, Jamaica 61, Proud and Strong. Mr. Salmon points out that while everybody can't be accommodated in all the physical spaces, they can still enjoy the festivities virtually, with live coverage planned for the 2 national television stations and on the social media pages of the JCDC and the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
An important message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. How to wash your hands. Firstly, wet your hands. Then apply some soap. Rub your hands palm to palm. Lather the backs of your hands. Scrub between your fingers. Rub the backs of fingers on the opposing palms. Then clean your thumbs. Make sure to wash your fingernails and fingertips. Rinse your hands. Then dry with a single-use towel. Use this towel to turn off the faucet. And now your hands are clean. When to wash your hands? After coughing or sneezing, after taking public transportation, when caring for the sick, before, during, and after you prepare and eat food, after toilet use, when hands are visibly dirty, after handling animals or animal waste. An important message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
When we waved in the stands, along with cheers of excitement, it gives a feeling of pride to be a Jamaican. The black, gold, and green symbolizing us as a people and country. Let's learn more about its origin and what it means to us.
I've traveled all over the world and I've seen the Jamaican flag in so many different countries, and it gives me a sense of pride.
Representing my country and seeing the flag means everything to me. It's an honor playing for the national team.
I've migrated for 19 years and have been living in the US, but there is no greater joy knowing how it has the power to connect us and bring us in the diaspora together.
For me, the Jamaican flag is a language, and it includes me in the conversations.
When the Olympics starts and I see the flag waving, it means a lot to us.
Sunday, August 5, 1962, 2 minutes to midnight. The new flag was about to be hoisted over the National Stadium. The lights were replaced by darkness, as if to expunge the horrid memories of the last 300 years. The red, blue, and white Union Jack did its last wave, and then it was lowered, gently tugged down the flagpole by a representative from the Jamaican militia. It had flown its course a long 307 years, and the replacement was the black, green, and gold, our very own Jamaican flag.
The Jamaican flag was approved by government the 6th of August 1962. It is important to know that a flag is a symbol which identifies a country. Started on a very sad note. In times of war, people need to identify with a symbol. So where you are standing, you would know that's my side. So the enemy could take away the flag, and then you would be ambushed and then get hurt. But on a joyful and peaceful note, our flag was established in '62 for our symbols. There was a very active competition, and there were many persons who would want to associate with the design, and so an approval was given. Looking at the flag is diagonal in gold, and there are 4 triangles. The top and the bottom green, and the others black.
The gold, represents sunshine and happiness, or people, no matter if we're going through hardship, we're always smiling.
And the green is for our hope and agricultural resources.
And the black, then in '62, means hardships there are. And that was changed by government in 1997 with a committee presided over by Professor the Honorable Rex Nettleford. So it was changed to mean the creativity of the people. The flag has its protocol. It's never to be put on the ground, and it is placed to the right when you're on the platform. Of course, with athletics international competition, you'll notice people are wrapping the flags all over them. Years ago, that was unheard of because it's a solemn signal. When the national anthem is played or sung, you look in the direction of the flag. We are proud of our flag, and wherever we see it, there are some of us who still bow as respect to our dear country.
When I'm overseas and I see the flag, I feel proud because, not every country is at a big tournament. Not everyone will have their flag flying high.
Our flag is so special because it unites our people wherever in the world we are.
When I look down on the flag, it makes me feel proud as a Jamaican to know that I've been able to serve my country.
So yes, the Jamaican flag gives me a voice. We also have deaf athletes going to represent Jamaica in other countries. And when other countries see our flag, they feel proud, and we feel proud as Jamaicans.
The Jamaican flag represents pride to me. The other day someone said we should have a Caribbean flag, and we said we already have one, it's the Jamaican flag.
Jamaican flags, it represent me, it represent you, it represent every Jamaican.
We're no longer subjects of colonialism, directed by the orders of the British, but free citizens of our very own country. O green isle of the Indies, Jamaica, strong and free, our vows and loyal promises, O heartland, 'tis to thee.
Another symbol of Jamaica's new independent image is engraved in the coat of arms. It represents a rich history wrapped in our motto, out of many, one people.
Moving away from the British monarchy and into self-governance, Jamaica needed to establish its own identity. And in doing so, national emblems and symbols were created that represent our history, values, goals, and who we are as a people. Among them was the arms of Jamaica, sometimes referred to as the coat of arms. There are 8 elements to this majestic symbol: the crest, supporter, shield, helmet, torse, mantling, motto, and the design. Each represent an important part of our journey as a country. Take, for example, the shield. The red cross on the white background represents the flag of England, a nod to the fact we were once under British rule. And while the pineapples, which were imported to the island, bear no relation to our indigenous fruits, 5 golden pineapples were added to give a royal or stately look. The shield is the premier component of any arms and usually appears in the center of the assemblage. Another portrayal of Jamaica's British colonial period is a helmet and mantle. They represent the royal helmet of the British monarchy and bear similar design to the royal coat of arms. Their relevance today may lie in the fact Jamaica still pledges allegiance to the Queen of England. The tenacity and strength of the people is depicted in the crocodile, a fearless spirit not deterred by obstacles, a fight to the end for progress. Referred to as the crest, the crocodile takes its place on top of the arms of Jamaica, resting on what's called the torse. The symbol of the crocodile is used by the Jamaica Defense Force as its premier cap badge, and the Bank of Jamaica also uses a crocodile as the keeper of the keys to its vault and guardian to the country's finances. One of the indigenous features of the arms takes the form of 2 of its outer components, tainos. The female taino takes her place on the right while her male counterpart appears on the left. Together they are the supporter, and believed to be the first settlers of Jamaica, migrating from South America somewhere around 700 to 1000 AD. Taíno were short and muscular and wore little clothes. Today, some of their practices and cultures are still in use in Jamaica. And as other nations began to settle on the island, we became a country of mixed race, which led us to accept our revised motto, out of many, one people. The arms of Jamaica is one of the oldest national arms in the world. In fact, we were the first British colony to receive our own. It was granted under the Royal Warrant on February 3, 1661. The arms was originally designed by William Sandcroft, who then became the Archbishop of Canterbury in 1677. There has been 3 documented changes to the arms of Jamaica in 1692, 1957, and 1962. Today, the arms of Jamaica appears on every denomination of local currency, on the passport of all citizens, and all other national documents. It is a stamp, an authentication of who we are as a people, and the final seal of governmental approval.
Motorists, please look out for us when we're crossing the road.
Jamaica has so many unique features. Among them are beaches, our people, our music, our food, and I could go on and on. However, being a land of wood and water, it's a must that we mention our national flower, the lignum vitae.
Christopher Columbus saw it here when he came. It means wood of life in Latin. It's world-renowned for its medicinal, ornamental, and industrial properties. But round these parts, it's known as the lignum vitae, the island's national flower.
It is a tree that is native to Jamaica, it's native to Cuba, basically the Greater Antilles and parts of Central America. Its native habitat is pretty much dry, alluvial type plains. It also grows in well-drained limestone areas.
This short, compact tree takes over 100 years to grow up to 30 feet tall. Due to its luminous purple-blue flower, alluring orange-yellow fruit, evergreen foliage, and attractive rounded shape, the tree dots across the Jamaican landscape, shading many houses, streets, and complexes. Since time immemorial, the lignum vitae has been touted as the most useful tree in the world.
It produces a gum, and that gum used to be regarded as highly favored for medicinal uses.
Its body, gum, bark, fruit, leaves, and blossom are used to produce medicine. In colonial times, resin from the tree was used as a mild laxative and as a diuretic. The leaves were used as a remedy for respiratory, inflammatory, congestion, and neurological disorders. Its bark eases pain from sprains, strain, rheumatism, and arthritis. And I'm sure many Jamaican homes still ward off flies with its branches.
Its most noted feature is the wood. Because it's slow growing, it's very, very dense. And that density and the weight of it gives it a number of industrial uses.
That's because the lignum vitae is infused with an oil which makes it waterproof. It's ranked as the world's densest, hardest, and most durable traded wood. In addition to being used for making exquisite furniture, the lignum vitae was used to insulate trolley cars for the rail industry. The wood also made the propeller shaft bearings of most ships back in the day. Lignum vitae wood is also ideal for these creations. The lignum vitae is truly the holy grail of plants.
We've come to the end of our show for today. Do join us again tomorrow when we'll bring another informative program. In the meantime, stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via tweet at JIS News. You may also find us on all the major social media platforms or through our mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.